Chi Omega, Chi Omega, CHIOMEGA, Chi Omega, you'll agree, it's the best sorority. Chi Omega, go Chi-O. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Jess from Jess InSight. Today I'm going to share my experience being a African American, Haitian American in a predominantly white sorority. So as you can see, I was a Chi Omega at the University of Central Florida. Shout out to my Siamese sisters, and I had an incredible experience. It was honestly one of the best experiences ever. However, I want you to understand that there is some things, you know, being African American that you're going to experience. First off, I definitely want to mention when I joined and how I joined. So I joined the organization I crossed in spring 2015, and I joined it with my twin sister. We both joined, and it was an experience. So we did not join through the traditional fall recruitment. We actually joined in the spring, so there's a huge difference. Typically the way it works is in the spring, it's usually the sororities or fraternities that are rushing because they want to, you know, get more members. These things go into like budgets and operating, so you need a certain amount of people, and so we were able to join in the spring. However, my spring class was actually a lot bigger than a traditional spring class. Like a spring class is like 10 to like 15 people. Like mine was like 80 to like 90 people, like probably more. It was like probably up in the hundreds. And we joined at a time where my sorority is actually coming back on the university, so they were assisted with nationals. So I was recruited by some sisters that were part of UCF, and I was recruited by some sisters who were actually from nationals and helping our chapter here. After I joined, it was pretty enlightening. There was a lot of fun things happening. It was just something super cool to be a part of. And my experience too is I've always been a part of something, you know, like I in high school, like I was in clubs, I was track, I did student government. Like I did so much in high school that for me coming into college, like I had to like do something as well. Like I was trying to look up clubs and different things. Like was in sports business, so I joined sports business club. Like I did all of these different things, and to really help me be a part of something. I just wanted that sisterhood that I saw. Like that seems so cool to me. But you know, some people view Greek not in a good way, and I really just wanted to make sure I did my research as well. So when I first got to college, I did not actually join Greek. Like it was probably a full year before I became Greek, and I spent that year trying to figure out college, making sure I still had good grades. Like I really was trying to nail it out the park of figuring this all out, because this was, you know, coming out of high school, this is like huge. This is like huge. And especially me, I already had my AA degree. So me and my twin, we both graduated with our AA degree, so we knew our college experience was gonna like zip. And so we just wanted to make sure that we took the proper classes, but also went at a proper pace to make sure that we are prepared before, you know, we jump into that real life. Because it's not fun paying bills, it's not fun. When I finally joined, it was probably technically like junior year, and so it was a perfect amount of time for me. I didn't need more than 2 years. Like I spent 2 years in the sorority, and I think that should be the recommended time, because it is expensive. It is something that you have to keep up with. It does take a lot of your time. It's gonna tick all those boxes. So you really have to be financially prepared. You have to be willing to you know, be open to the experience. However, there's some things in there that, you know, are a little interesting. Like I really loved my experience, but there was some things that were a little suspect. And I mean suspect in a way where there was just like different moments, but of course, being in my time there, I really educated a lot, and there's a lot of things that's not like that much catered to you per se. for example, there was a time during recruitment where, you know, on the other side of recruitment as an active, they like make sure that you are dressed the same every day, have the same colors. You can choose your own styles and things per se, but they really have a unified look planned out for everyone, and you have to like get dressed to that. And I remember for prep night, I think it was prep night or some other night where they made us buy nude heels, but they were very specific in the nude heel that they had. They basically were like, oh, you need to get this exact color. Everyone has to get this exact color. I looked at that thing and I was like, this dusty heel, like, no. I was like, that is not my nude. And I had to, this is why you gotta be secure in yourself and make sure that, you know, you come into these environments with securing your faith in yourself, so that, you know, you're not just willy-nilly just like, okay. And so I literally was just like, it's a no. And I went and talked to everyone, and that changed that moving forward. So now like everything was inclusive, nude colors and all. I mean, we had Hispanic women in the organization that were able to get more of a nude for themselves as well. And small little things like that is going to be super important being a predominantly white sorority, because you just want to make sure that everyone is represented well in the organization, not just the majority. And so you really got to be vocal and talk through different situations in the moment. You cannot let them pass, get angry about them later, or just be like so annoyed or anything like that. In the moment, definitely speak up and share your opinion, because it is impactful. It is something that needs to be heard, and it is something that needs to be articulated so that things could change for other sisters coming behind you. Because I had a big sister that was black. I had a little sister that was black. My entire line was highly melanated. You know, we were some chocolate queens, and I love that. And not that we did that intentionally, but we connected with each other, and we knew what each other was going through, so we were best for that person, which is what a big sister is supposed to do. So I thought that was super awesome, super impactful throughout my experience, having a black big sister and having a little sister that was black as well. Not to say that if you have a big sister that is Caucasian, she won't understand you, because she will help you through the sorority, because they're supposed to educate you about the sorority, but there's some things that only black girls are aware of, you know. I did end up choosing Pan just in general. They were just open, and communication and information was out there. Like, it didn't feel that secretive. It didn't feel like, oh, like you could actually investigate the organization you're going into. Whereas in other councils, I feel like you have to join the organization and like, good luck. Just because the organization is good for you, what about the people? You know, things like that. So that's part of also the reason why I joined Pan. But all in all, I mean, from a Christian perspective, I just want to say being secure in your faith is so important, because it will lead you of what you should or shouldn't be doing. And I think that by having also my twin sisters there, we were each other's accountability partners. You just got to make sure that everything you do is pleasing to the Lord. I know some people will have their opinions, but as long as you're doing what's pleasing to the Lord and putting him first and not the sorority first, you'll be just fine. And I just want to make sure that you guys know that you should be secure in your faith, and nothing will budge you, and you'll be just fine. And if I have a daughter, she's going Chi-O. If she wants to do Greek, I'm gonna let her, because I've been through it and I understand what she would possibly face, and that's something we can prepare for well in advance by giving her a strong biblical foundation. So I just want to make sure that you guys kind of understood these points, and I can definitely keep going to a part 2 that's a little bit more detailed, but for now I'm just going to sign off here, stop here, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.